Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. So, let's start our first material. So, in this material, we are going to learn about fluid motion ya. So, what is fluid motion? So, in Indonesia, ya in bahasa Indonesia, fluid motion itu diartikan sebagai gerakan fluida gitu ya. Jadi gerakan fluida gitu ya. Okay. As we know that fluid can move ya because of external force ya. Jadi bisa bergerak karena adanya gaya dari eksternal begitu ya. Nah, um, before we start to know about the fluid motion, we have to consider first the definition of fluid itself ya. So fluid ya or fluida in bahasa Indonesia it is divided into two in general. The first one is liquid ya. Liquid means cairan ya, and then gas ya, atau gas ya, liquid and gas ya. In previous physics ya, we learn about basic physics. Mostly in the basic physics we learn about solid ya, the velocity of the solid and the velocity of car ya, the falling ball ya, jadi kecepatan bola, kemudian ada bola jatuh ya. So everything is about solid ya. But now in our course we are going to learn mostly about fluid ya. Kita akan bicara banyak terkait fluida. And for this course, I think, yeah, in chapter 15, you can check on the book that I already put it on the Schoology. We are going to mostly, yeah, talk about the liquid, yeah. Okay, now let's take a look what we have on this chapter number 15, yeah. Okay, now we have density and pressure ya. Okay, so let's read together ya. If we could observe a fluid on the molecular scale ya, so I will make it larger. Okay, we would find large numbers of molecules in continuous motion ya, colliding frequently with each other and with the walls of their container ya. So what we can get from the first sentence of this paragraph. So let's say if we have a container atau wadah in bahasa Indonesia. So let's say we have a container here and then we put water we put water, kita kasih air di sini and if we zoom this water let's say using very high tech microscope, then we can find kita akan menemukan small particle very small particle that called molecule so what molecule is in this water it must be molecule of water so if we zoom it using very high tech microscope, then we can find a lot of particle here okay, so this is just the representation because the particle is not as big as this jadi partikel nggak mungkin sebesar ini walaupun titik tapi sebenarnya ini besar gitu ya. Nah, if we take a look on this then we will get kita akan menemukan molecule of water or H2O atau H2O gitu ya. Okay. So, every particle on this water will collide each other jadi mereka saling bertumbukan ya, dan pertumbukan mereka itu menggunakan prinsip-prinsip fisika ya. So every collides particle are in the laws of physics ya. So they follow the laws of physics ya. Jadi mereka mengikuti hukum-hukum fisika seperti itu. Nah, let's say I have one particle here moving on this direction ya. Jadi ada partikel bergerak ke arah sana gitu ya, ke arah sini. And then this particle meet other particle ya. Let's say in no motion ya, atau tidak bergerak. Ya. Then when this particle move toward this direction and this particle collide this, then this particle will also move ya, and collide with each other ya. So mereka saling bergerak ya, dan pergerakannya adalah random begitu ya. Nah, and every colliding phenomenon ya are in the form of physics laws ya. Jadi mereka ada dalam hukum fisika ya. And if you take a look ya on this paragraph again ya, this molecular behavior is governed by the laws of mechanics ya. Jadi mengikuti hukum-hukum mekanika ya. So they follow the laws of mechanics ya. And in principle we could study fluids by applying those laws to all the individual molecules ya. So basically we can use all the physics laws ya to know ya what happens if one particle collide with other particle gitu ya. Jadi kita itu bisa menggunakan hukum-hukum fisika ya untuk mengetahui kalau ada satu partikel yang bergerak ke sini, maka yang di sini seperti apa. Ya, but it must be very exhausting ya, sangat melelahkan. Karena apa? Karena in the drop of water ya, di setetes air saja, it contains about 10 generated by 21 ya. Jadi 10 ya pangkat 21 molecules ya. So a lot of molecules that we have to consider ya if we want to apply all the laws of mechanics for every individual particle ya. Jadi sangat banyak dan sangat melelahkan begitu ya. And we have to use the fastest computers ya, many times the age of the universe ya. Jadi kita harus menggunakan komputer yang super canggih ya. Dan dengan menggunakan komputer yang super canggih pun ya, we need time for the age of the universe ya. Jadi kita butuh waktu selama-lamanya ya, selama alam semesta itu ada, maka kita butuh waktu untuk menghitung menggunakan the fastest computers ever ya in the world ya. So it must be very exhausting ya. So what can we do ya to predict ya the motion of the particle without calculating all molecules we have ya. Yeah, so we go to the next page. Yeah, we are going to consider the water in a container as a one particle ya. Jadi kita menganggap bahwa kalau ada air dalam satu container, maka itu dianggap satu ya. Let's say I have this tumbler ya. We know that in every part in this tumbler there are a lot of water molecules ya. Kita tahu banyak molekul air di sini ya. But we consider that all this water are in one part ya. Jadi ada di satu bagian ya. So we consider this in a one condition ya, to make everything become simpler ya. In this approximation ya, dalam perkiraan ini valid for fluid samples large compared with the distance between molecules. We describe the fluid by specifying macroscopic properties ya. Jadi we use properties in macroscopic scale ya. Jadi kita tidak melihat in microscopic condition, but we take a look on the macroscopic view, yeah. And on the macroscopic view for the fluid, we have something called density, yeah, something called density and pressure. Okay, that's for the first video, and on the next video we are going to learn what is the density and what is the pressure. And thanks for this attention for this video.